Calgary and Nashville, interesting Western Conference battle here between the Flames and the Preds. Nashville minus 155, the total 6, slightly shaded to the under minus 120 on that total, currently sitting at 6. And for the Calgary Flames, boy, you've got a great forward group, got a solid enough defense. You get with, there's some good defensemen back there. Brody Hannafin, of course, coming over from Carolina. It's a decent team on the back end as well. But the goaltending, from Mike Smith in 2 games has been a concern. Massive. When your save percentage is sitting at .810, that's not good. That's not good whatsoever. And unfortunately, Mike Smith, who was very confident coming into the season, saying, I'm healthy, I feel good. Bill Peters backed him up, saying, I expect him to have a bounce-back season. Well, hasn't happened in 2 games. So we're still waiting on that start of a bounce-back season here from Mike Smith. Has not happened yet. Won't get any easier, too, because guess who you played the first 2 games? Vancouver. And now you're playing this Nashville team in what happens to be Nashville's home opener tonight down there in Music City. Going to be a very, very tall order coming up for this for Mike Smith, if he gets in net. Now, Bill Peters has stated coming into this back-to-back set for Calgary, he might give David Rittich, he will give David Rittich a start in one of these 2 games. Just a question of which game that'll be tonight or tomorrow night. But either way, you've got another team with some massive, massive concerns in between the pipes right now. I would like to take Calgary at this price, but until I see their goaltending improve, I can't do it. And especially with Nashville now playing at home here, definitely a situation where you think you're going to get a good effort at least from the Predators on home ice. And we know that if Calgary's struggling to keep the puck out of the net against Vancouver, with the 4 lines of balance, with a great defense core for Nashville that can contribute offense from the back end, they all can, led of course by PK Subban. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge tonight for this Calgary Flames team. Even though they're good on the road last year, a chance to be a decent road team this year, they've got to iron out those goaltending issues before I can trust them. There's another game I would look to the over from a totals perspective, or I would leave the game alone. Let's get to Jimmy, because this is his first game on tonight's NHL card that he's got some interest in. Calgary and Nashville. Jimmy, take it away.
Well, you know what, guys? I'll look at it this way, and I liked your pick there, Ian, on San Jose and winning at Philly tonight. Philly's back there, first game from a trip out west. That's always tough. The home team tends to be flat when you see that happen there. And look, I'm not putting Calgary anywhere close to the level of a team that San Jose is, but I think Calgary could catch the Preds. I don't want to say the word is asleep, but a little flat. They're going to come in. There's going to be a lot of motion there. And if they can withstand that first 10 minutes of that game and they come out of that tied 0-0, 1-1, whatever, I think they could chip away. And I see a big letdown there for Nashville. I also could see Nashville overlooking Calgary right now. Obviously, the hype is around them, and everybody's talking about how great they are. I think Calgary could sneak up on them here. I'm going to go the other way and take the Calgary Flames to take the upset here on the road.
All right, a Calgary underdog bet. Yeah, I mean, Calgary's capable. That I will.
Yeah. And I love the way Kachuk's playing right now too.
Yep.
So
yep. It's just a question of can they get the stops in between the pipes. That's going to be the thing to watch tonight and moving forward, because, like I say, they've scored goals. Their offense has been fine. I'd like to still see the power play get better. I know the power play really let them down in that first game that they played against Vancouver. But 5-on-5, they've looked solid. It's just a question of, can they get consistent goaltending? And that's going to be the concern, or the key moving forward, and also the concern based on what you've seen from Mike Smith through 2 games this season. Calgary Nashville's also on Dana Lane's Tuesday card. Dana, what do you like in this game tonight?
Well, guys, I mean, I hear what you're saying about, this may be a letdown spot, and that's the first thing I thought of as well. The only difference is, if I'm not mistaken, Calgary went into Nashville last year and beat them twice. So for me, this normally would be a letdown spot opportunity. But if I've circled this one on my calendar as a team that came in to a barn that they don't usually lose in and beat them twice, once in a shootout. Now, so far in both of the Nashville games this year, you cannot say to me that, hey, look, they're on they're running on all cylinders. They won a couple 1-goal games. I don't think this is the best that they can play. Certainly not from an offensive standpoint. They didn't get much help from the power power play at all. This was against, you know, the Rangers and the Islanders. They received 10 points from 10, or a point from 10 different players. I still see, you know, this as a work in progress. And one of these games, I think Nashville is going to completely explode it. And I think this might be the one in a kind of a revenge spot from an offensive and defensive standpoint. I don't think that they are where they are right. They will be in a month where they are right now. They only had 11 shots through the last 2 periods against the Islanders. I don't think that that's, you know, they had a fantastic first period, and the last 2 periods, they look, you know, to me, they look lethargic. I think that there's another Predator team's going to go to. Not really sure is from an offensive standpoint. I mean, obviously they put up 7 the other night, but, you know, I mean, I'm not sure how I can measure where they are against Vancouver, who they've had the luxury of playing for the first 2 games. But they did score 3 power. That when I talk about or totals, I do like teams that are coming in that are playing well in the power play. The over is 8-2 in the last 10 home games for the Nashville Predators. Just food for thought on that. Of course, that's dating back to last year. But I still think, guys, I have a situation here where Nashville is going to be better offensively. They still, outside of Arvidsson, really haven't had that consistent performance yet. And I think Calgary's feeling pretty good about themselves because, A, they know they've won twice in Nashville, and B, that their power play has been, at least in the last game, very successful. So I think it's right for an over here, and that's the way I'm leaning tonight.
All right, Calgary, Nashville over 6 plus 100 is what you can get on that. Yeah, I mean, Calgary's not a team I'm betting under till I see that goaltending improve. And again, James Neal's on this team now. Matthew Tkachuk's healthy. Sean Monahan's healthy. Johnny Gaudreau's healthy. All these guys that were out. Remember when Calgary fell apart late in the season last year? Most of those guys that I just mentioned were out of the lineup down that stretch. And Mike Smith was coming back from that injury. He was clearly not 100%. He was not playing well down the stretch after that injury. And that's basically what did Calgary in. They fell way out of the playoff race, and Glenn Gulletson now no longer with the team as a head coach as a result, and they bring in Bill Peters in the offseason. Let's get to Alex. This is on his card, Calgary, Nashville. Alex, what do you like?
Yeah, I'm also looking with the over here in this way. I think you're getting a good price and a good number. Like I said, these 2 teams that have a ton of offensive talent. And as I posted in the chat box, both the goaltenders, if we're assuming it's going to be Smith going against Pekka Rinne, both these goalies have not had good numbers against either club dating back quite a while. So I think we could see, like I said, we haven't seen the sharpest of Mike Smith in quite a while. I don't think we are going to see it at any point. I think he is past his prime. And I think it's a Nashville team. It's a home opener. They just seem to play a lot sharper. They seem to skate a lot harder at home than they do on the road. Granted, they're still a good road team as well. I think we're going to see quite a few goals here. So I'm looking at the over 6. I was able to get it at plus 105, but like I say, you can find it even money, even laying a little bit of a price. I'm not afraid with the 6 here. I'll go with the over.
Yeah, it's no reason to be afraid of 6s right now. If you've seen the way some of these games have been, holy mackerel. I mean,
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.